to the night. It's changing my mind. It's a beautiful life.
Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name is Laura and I make videos all about study abroad. I know that probably a lot of you guys who are watching my videos are currently in the stage where they're like, studying abroad, that sounds so amazing, but I don't know if it's for me, if it's the right, step to take. If you need additional support, honestly, I would love you to join my free Facebook group, Girls Study Abroad, which I specifically made for people who struggle with the decision. Let me know down below in the comments, are you already studying abroad or do you want to study abroad? If yes, where do you want to study abroad? Help each other, comment, back with each other, reply. I just really want this channel, this community to be super engaged and a place of empowerment, right? Let's get started with pros and contras of studying abroad. We will get started with the positive, which is that studying abroad is the ultimate school of life. It just totally transforms you into a better version of yourself. Like, there are honestly so many things you learn when you study abroad. You learn how to be independent. You learn how to solve problems on your own. You get so much more confident, right? Because you know you are doing this all by yourself. You can interact with people a lot better. I think it helps you to find yourself because in those situations where there are obstacles, you really get to know yourself, see how much is possible in this life. So you also get a lot clearer on, what paths you want to take, what opportunities you want to take on. I personally also learned how to be more minimalistic because before I went to study abroad in Scotland, I loved makeup and clothes. Now I realized that you don't need that many things to live a comfortable life. I have my one little basket of makeup. I have my suitcase of a few clothes. There's no way that I can cover all of the things you learn while studying abroad. I have so many videos on that as well, which I will all leave down below in the description box if you want any more detail on that. So then when it comes to the contra side, I think one of the biggest struggles that people have when it comes to studying abroad is the financial investment, which first of all, I totally get. I just want you to know that there is always a way to make it work. I made a whole video all about how much it actually costs to study abroad because I know that's the major thing you guys are struggling with. So in this video, I broke down all of the costs that I had in Scotland on a monthly basis. Research, scholarships. Think about getting a part-time job. So when you choose your course, when you choose your country, think about, okay, what are the job opportunities there. I also made a video specifically on part-time jobs. Make sure you have savings. When you're abroad, you want to have all of those experiences which all cost. You can make it work, okay? There are opportunities, there are possibilities. I have friends who completely pay for their study abroad themselves. It's all possible. My second pro on the study abroad list is the cultural exchange aspect. Making international friends. My best friends are from my study abroad experience. You get to know so many people of so many different cultures. Not only the culture of the country where you're going to, but usually with big universities where they offer a lot of studying abroad, programs and stuff, you will meet other international students as well, right? I believe if more people would study abroad, then this world would be a much better place because when you study abroad, you really learn to be tolerant towards other cultures and to be open-minded towards other cultures. It is always different if you learn about a culture in school or through the media, then rather, being in the culture and actually, interacting with people and, talking to people, seeing how everyday life is. And that's also an experience that you can only have when you actually live in a place for a bit longer. You cannot have that when you're just, being on vacation or taking a holiday. Okay, then another contra on the study abroad list is that studying abroad is a lot of effort, okay? I'm not even trying to pretend that it isn't a lot of effort because it is, right? You have to obviously go through the whole application process, figure out all of your flights, your visa, your permits, your insurances, and all of that stuff. I made a whole video on my, application process as well. Of course, it's a lot more effort to study abroad than just like choose a university that's like in your hometown or very close. So that's of course something to consider, but of course the effort is well worth it. Another pro on my study abroad list, and that's such a big one and one that you might not actually think of when you first think of studying abroad, it is gratitude. I was always like, nah, I hate Germany. I hate, German culture, and it's all just so like narrow-minded, and I don't like my hometown. I want to get out of here. But now that I've like studied abroad, I really appreciate all the privileges that I have in Germany, that I have at home. There are cultures and places that have it so much worse than you do. It's not all rainbows and unicorns all over the world, right? And studying abroad is also sometimes when you do make like negative experiences, you see homeless people and you see things that you might not have seen back in your like small town, right? So I think studying abroad teaches you gratitude in so many ways. And that of course also goes to the people you have at home. You get so much more grateful for them. Okay, then the third contra on my list, it might be language barriers. My biggest advice for learning languages is to constantly surround yourself with the language. So listen to podcasts in that language, watch movies, series, audiobooks, all in that language, right? That's like the number one thing to learn a language. A, be patient with yourself, and B, to be persistent, okay? You really have to, first of all, be graceful with yourself and realize that it's totally normal in the beginning when you go to a country with a different language that, yeah, sure, you do have to ask people sometimes twice what they just said, but you really have to be persistent and you have to keep asking. Like, especially at university, professors know that there are a lot of international students, so they won't, like in Scotland, for example, most professors, like I was so afraid that I would really struggle in uni because of like the Scottish accent and just like generally English not being my first language. And living in that country where you have to speak that language will honestly, like, your language skills would just be like, Like now I struggle to speak German. Besides like languages being different, also like the school, the education, the program itself, the way of learning can be different. So that might be a contra to consider as well. You really have to make sure that the university you're choosing and the program you're choosing is like internationally recognized. It's sometimes not that easy to adapt to a different way of teaching. University in Scotland is different than it is from university in Germany. University in Canada is different than it is in Scotland. Like, you always have to adapt to a different system of education, which I personally think is cool because you get to try out different styles of learning. It makes you learn how to learn. And then the final conclusion, a little bit of a rant right now. You will only regret what you did not do. My original plans were to go do work and travel in New Zealand, but I didn't really find anyone who wanted to do it with me, and then I wasn't confident enough to do it on my own. So I then had this friend who was studying abroad in Scotland, and I realized like, that would probably be something for me as well. Like, should I do it? But then, of course, like all of those contrasts that I just mentioned, they came into my head. It was like, oh no, that's too expensive. That's too much effort. I will struggle with English. Will German people even like like for jobs or something? Will German people even like an international degree or whatever? All of those contrasts came into my mind, right? Dang, if I don't even try it, I will regret not trying for the rest of my life. This fear of regret actually led me to making the decision. What is worse? The regret of not having tried, or trying and then it maybe not turning out as you imagined? Like, where are you getting more value? The regret or the lesson learned? I think you know. You never know what studying abroad will bring you other than like the actual study abroad experience, the actual university experience. Who know who you will meet when you study abroad? Who know what ideas you will get? I really hope that this video gave you some perspective on the pros and contras of studying abroad and why, although there are a few contras, if you want to, you can make it work, because I've done it before you, and I'm just a normal German small town girl. Honestly, I'm just like you. I'm not, super special or whatever. And I did it, and I know that you can do it as well, because if you're watching this video, like, this video came to you for a reason. Yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more study abroad videos. Feel free to join the Girls Study Abroad group. I'm so excited to have you in there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!